smoking cigarettes and making fun of guys like me. Back then I had long red hair, but now I have medium-length red hair cut into a mullet. I'm trying to keep my integrity here in the business park. I want to be seen as a philosopher king, despite all the evidence to the contrary. My buddy Dylan predicted all of this back in 1997. We were coming down from a fear-inducing mushroom trip, the kind that takes you right to the edge. There were kittens everywhere. That was the summer Dylan smoked pot laced with PCP and drove around the suburbs from one pet store to the next, adopting as many of those fuzzy cherubs as they'd let him. Our brains were still firing exotic, complex thoughts, but mostly we were coming down, and we were covered in soft kittens. It was Dylan who said, "I'm scared we're going to forget this." "Forget what?" I asked. "What do you think, man? This." He waved his hand around, indicating air, molecules, kittens, the universe. "What if we forget everything and get jobs and turn into our fathers?" I laughed. The idea was so fucking stupid. We obviously weren't going to turn into our fathers. It was just a matter of deciding whether we'd be poets or philosophers or painters, or whether we'd walk around for the rest of our lives tripping out on beauty and giving food to the homeless. "That's not going to happen," I said. "You don't know that," said Dylan. "Think about the hippies. They all moved to the suburbs and bought minivans. One minute they're taking LSD and skinny dipping in mud puddles, the next they're CEOs for a bunch of tech companies. It can happen to anyone." I thought of the movie Woodstock. All those mangy teenagers in sandals standing around, goggle-eyed on acid, while Jimi Hendrix played the Star-Spangled Banner like he was inside a helicopter getting shot at by the Viet Cong. When Jimmy finished, everybody nodded and said, "Right on, brother." They ate it up. The government told them to go to Vietnam, and they said, "Fuck you, government." It was beautiful. Then the 70s happened. The Bee Gees wore gold pants. Those same hippies took cocaine and got pregnant. Then it was all about the babies, providing for them, house in the suburbs, Ford Aerostar, the evening commute. Goodbye, LSD. For 12 years, the only thing that's kept my soul from shriveling up completely is that when it's slow, I take these long walks around the business park. The buildings look like Soviet-era prisons, but the firs and hemlocks are godly. They rise from the monotony, reaching brilliant green fingers to heaven. Near their peaks, red-tailed hawks fly in circles. As a teenager, I used to ride around in my mom's minivan, looking out the window, imagining what the world looked like before white people chopped down all the trees. One time, I couldn't help it, I turned to my mom and said, "Do you ever feel guilty that our ancestors committed genocide so we could have 3 Starbucks within a mile of our house?" My mom started crying and turned up the radio. Later, we were at the Gap shopping for school clothes. Instead of picking out a pair of jeans, I sat down on the hardwood floor and had a realization that I was going to die one day. Whatever the distance between shopping for a pair of jeans at the Gap with your mom and fathoming your own nothingness, that's my disease. From an early age, it twisted me. Past the Shriners Building, in a meadow grown over with Queen Anne's lace, I sit and think about how every single person on this planet will be a skeleton one day. There's no escape hatch, no pause button, no exemption for good behavior. Sooner or later, death shows up with his grab bag of diseases, saying, "Your turn next, buddy." A pack of account managers in spandex zooms by, trying to squeeze in some cardio on their lunch break. The ones in back slow down, looking. They notice the office worker in the field without any shoes on. How long do I have to sit here before the local news shows up? Area businessman sitting in grass for 2 weeks speaks of seeing into the essence of things. For the longest time, I've felt hunted by death. The big blackness. I feel it coming every day, and the thing is, I'm not wrong. I'm trying to find something permanent to hold on to, but there isn't anything. I used to hide under the dress shirt rack at the Gap. Now I'm hiding in an office. One day, I'll hide in my grave. This is the story of a pilgrim named Kevin Maloney. He leaves his home and everything he knows and goes looking for God. I'll tell you right now, he doesn't find him. Either that or he finds him everywhere. I'm still not sure. I'm sitting in a field of Queen Anne's lace in a business park in the suburbs of Portland, Oregon. August 16th, 2019. The trees rise from the monotony, reaching brilliant green fingers to heaven. One day I'll be dead, and there won't be anything.